You're live.
And that pitch is outside for a ball. I'm Rich Siegel along with Dr. Joel Tremblay. Our on-site engineer is Mitch Barnes. Our technical assistants today from Roman Jimenez, from Luis Arroyo, and Justin Kagawa. And there is a fly ball hit out in the left center field, and that ball drops in for the first hit of the game.
So the Baby Crushers in the field, they're your home team, and in black, the Scissor Me Timbers from Denver are in pink and are batting as the visiting team.
For now, we will be giving you first names only because the lineup that was presented to us just has the first names and the player positions, and so that was Tater. This is Emily. And the first pitch is illegal for a ball.
And if you know any of these folks on these teams, please go onto our coverage at Sin City Classic on the YouTube and Facebook pages. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know who you know. Tag some folks and get some more friends watching.
And the next one, swung on and fouled at the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And so we did find out this game that was scheduled to start at 2 o'clock is still in pool play, so ties are possible. We have not entered the bracket yet. It looks like after this round of games at 2, they will put the bracket together and hope to start the tournament, the bracket part of the tournament at 3:30.
I'm sorry, there's a swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So out number 1 here in the top of the first with a runner at first base, and the next batter, I believe, is named Ruby. And the first pitch to Ruby is a strike call.
And as we've mentioned before, there is no foul to give, so with 2 strikes, if Ruby hits a foul ball, she will be out.
And there is a slow roller to second base. First baseman can't field it. No one covered first, and it's an infield single. So a cleanup batter will bat next. Looks like Lauren or Laura. And the first pitch is a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And the next one is popped in the air to right center field, and the ball is dropped by the outfielder. This will put runners on all bases. Now the runner at second is going to try to score. They throw home. She's safe.
And we are going to have a courtesy runner come out to first base. Again, for these games, a courtesy runner can be used once an inning. You can replace anybody on the bases with anybody on your lineup card as long as they're not coming up soon. You may also see some runners switch for what are called PIP or ADAs, which is basically if you have the certification that you need an accommodation. The accommodation can be a runner at first, but that runner usually has to be the last out of the inning.
All right, I believe... Well, nevertheless, this batter hits a long fly ball down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and it's going to go all the way to the fence. This will at least score 2, and it might score 3. They're going to hold her another. They're going to send the runner at third. There'll be no play on her, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3.
That's the run homer by number 17, Sophie, who I believe is the pitcher when they come out to play defense for this Scissor Me Timbers team. The Timbers off to one of the faster starts we've seen in our games here today. 4 runs in an inning is as much as some teams have scored the whole game.
And this is batter number 6. Excuse me.
Monica, I believe it is.
All right. And the next pitch to Monica is way high. It is 3 balls and a strike. And it looks like Maria, 71, would be in the on-deck circle. And there is a line drive up the middle and on into right center field for a base hit. It's a 1-out single with 4 runs having already scored. Maria the batter, and the first pitch is a ball. 2-1. The next one, a little high, and ball 3. So a runner at first base, 1 out, 4 runs in the inning. Play here in the top of the first. This is, again, a pool play game. The second game for both of these teams. And there is a slow roller hit to the right side to the second baseman. She covers, throws to first for the out, and that's out number 2. On the play, Monica takes second. And that'll bring up young lady wearing number 27. And the first pitch is a little high, but she goes after it anyway. Hits it to the pitcher. She'll flip to first base, and the inning is over. 4 runs did score in the top of the first inning for Scissor Me Timbers from Denver. And so we go to the bottom of the first. Our score is now Scissor Me Timbers 4 and the Baby Crushers from Santa Ana coming to bat on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we will take a moment here to tell you about one of our amazing sponsors here on the Cloud Sports Network for the Sin City Classic, and that is Lexus. Designed to seamlessly blend eye-catching design with exhilarating performance and dynamic styling, Lexus has been proud to support the Sin City Classic with its series of brands for 18 years running. And so we will be bringing up the Baby Crushers for their half of the inning hitting, and we have, they were told they did not change their lineup at all from the last game that we covered for you, so I believe we will have their first and last names. We are still, as Rich said, working on Scissor Me Timbers where we have their first names. That last out was made by number 27, Marissa, and it will be Alyssa, number 2, who will start Scissor Me Timbers off in their half of the second inning, but they've got to get through these Baby Crushers first.
Another pretty day here in Las Vegas. The sun is shining. It's chill, though. Winter's chill having taken shape. And we had a little brief wind gust earlier that carried part of our set.
Second is going to try to score. They throw home. She's safe.
Ball 1. And the next one is illegal, ball 3. And the next one, the 3-1, is a strike called, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is Tiffany Laird. And the pitch is illegal, so 3 of them illegal results in a leadoff walk for Leslie Cardenas, and that'll bring up Tiffany Laird.
And those pitches illegal because they didn't make it 6 feet high. Also, over 12 feet is illegal, and illegal is denoted by the umpire by putting that arm out horizontally.
First pitch to Laird is a ball.
As we found out last game, you can swing at illegal pitches at your peril. Sometimes they're a little too high or low, but sometimes the flat ones look really juicy.
All right, here's the next delivery. And there is a strike called. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. A runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first. There's a swing and a ground ball to the left side, fielded by the shortstop. She'll throw to second. It's too late. Cardenas beat the throw. It'll be first and second with nobody out.
Not much the shortstop could do there. That ball just hit too slowly and the runner too fast to get that out at second.
Here is Michelle Tezares. With 2 on and nobody out here on the bottom of the first. It's 4-0 for Scissor Me Timbers. First pitch is illegal. That is 4 of them so far. The pitcher is number 14, and her name is Valine, I think. Valine. Valerie. Okay. You're certain of that?
We are trying to read the third carbon copy, so some of the lines that I can see what you see as an N, I'm looking at as an R and an I.
Okay.
If you know Valerie or Valine, you can correct us on the Fin City Classic Facebook or YouTube channels.
It is a walk to Tezares, and that brings up Lynn Cureton. And the first pitch is a ball. They're loaded, the bases are, and here is a ground ball up the middle, and that is fielded by the shortstop. She tosses to second. The force out there is made, but on the play, Cardenas scores the first run of the ball game for the Baby Crushers. Tiffany Laird to third. Tezares is forced at second. 6-4 on the putout, and Cureton on the fielder's choice to the shortstop. Puts runners at first and third for Colleen Larned. I think they want to get a courtesy runner, and they do. And it looks like Tezares is coming in to run for Cureton. The first pitch to Larden. There's another pitch that's called illegal. That's 5 of them. The 2-1, illegal again, ball 3. Three and 1 the count. Runners at the corners, 1 out and 1 in. It's 4-1 for the visitors in this game, Scissor Me Timbers. Here is the next delivery, and that pitch is high for a ball, and the bases are loaded again. Tezares running for Cureton is at second, Larned at first, and the batter will be Rebecca Springer, and the first pitch to her is a ball.
And I think what's going on here, Rich, because I'm a pitcher myself, is that the pitcher's having trouble finding a spot where there's enough arc that it's not flat, but not so much arc that it carries too deep.
And that's another illegal.
And so she's sort of alternating between pitches that are too flat and then pitches that are too deep.
Count is 3-1. And there is another pitch that is called illegal again. And it is another walk, and this will drive in a run. Laird comes in from third to score the second run of the inning. Cureton to third, Larned to second, and Springer first. And here is the pitcher. This is Lisbeth, number 2. right, she stands in. It's a tough inning so far. It's 4-2, and that pitch is outside. And it's another pitch that is inside. It is now 3 balls and a strike. Strike call, 3-2. The 3-2 delivery is inside, ball 4, and another run will score. And there'll be another runner. On this particular play, Tazara is running for Kierden, comes across with the 3rd run of the inning. And I can't tell who the courtesy runner is. He's facing in a different direction. Nevertheless, the batter is Maya Morin. And she swings at the first pitch, and she goes up the middle and on into center field for a hit. A run will score. Another run will score. Larned scores, and so does Springer. And on the throw home, the other runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. Lisbeth to 3rd and Maya to 2nd.
And if I have that right, that's 5 runs into the inning. So the Baby Crushers have taken the lead back from Sesame Timbers at 5-4.
And the batter is Alexa Quiroz, and she takes the first pitch. It's illegal. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still just the 1 out. And that is a pitch out of the strike zone for a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike. The on-deck hitter is Tyler Buck. And the next one. Swung on and hit foul to the right side. Out of play. Here's the next one. Swung on, and that ball is hit into foul territory, and that is a strikeout. 2 outs in the inning. Runners stay at 2nd and 3rd. Lisbeth at 3rd, Maya at 2nd, and the batter will be Tyler Buck.
Springer.
Tyler Buck tries to add to her team's lead, which is 5-4 here in the bottom of the first. But the first pitch is outside for ball 2. And that's a pitch out of the strike zone again. It's 3-1. Tough inning. The next one is high, ball 4. The bases are loaded again. That is the 4th walk of the inning. Bobby Rodriguez will be the batter. Bobby and I think Teresa Crawford have switched positions in the field. Bobby is now the catcher. She was the first baseman in the game that we saw earlier. The first pitch is outside. Teresa Crawford is on deck. If she does bat, they will have batted around this inning, and that pitch is inside, ball 3. 3-1.
The pitcher telling the umpire she is trying her best to throw strikes there and not hit him, I believe, was the other part of that.
All right, the count is 3-2, And that pitch is low, and another walk and another run as Lisbeth scores from third. Maya to third, Tyler Buck to second. Bobby Rodriguez on the walk is at first base. Teresa Crawford is the last batter in the batting order, the 12th batter, and she is batting. And so they have batted around here in the first inning, an inning in which they so far have scored 6 runs, and the first pitch is a ball. The 2-1, 3-1. The 3-1 delivery. Swung on, and there is a grounder to third. Third baseman will step on the base herself, and that will end the inning, but not before 6 runs came across for the Baby Crushers from Santa Ana in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second, and our score is now the Baby Crushers 6, Scissor Me Timbers 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And I think people might be wondering why a manager leaves a pitcher in there like when they're struggling like that with, as you say, I think 6 or 7 walks in that inning. And there might be a couple reasons. One is you might not have had another pitcher. Some teams can only carry one pitcher. They only have one person who can really pitch. So whoever you would bring in is a position player who's just trying and is not known to pitch. The other possibility is if that's your primary pitcher and you're in pool play, you may need them to work this through, because if they leave this game knowing that somebody had to come out and get them, and then you need them to pitch well in the tournament, if they're in their head, you're going to lose a game that's much more important than a pool game. So it may be that they're just trying to have her work through, or it may be that she is the backup pitcher, and that's why they're putting her in right now.
Could be, yes. You're right about that.
But sometimes, again,
I'm sorry, it just might be that she had an off inning, and she'll get better as the game goes along.
Sometimes a little break does reset you. Like I said, I think what was going on there is just trying to find a happy place where you had enough arc to be legal but not pitch it too deep, and sometimes that requires a later release point or a little bit more legs in it, and maybe whatever just wasn't clicking in that inning will click in inning number 2.
We hope so. Lisbeth is in the circle now, and here in the top of the second, leadoff batter will be Allison, and the first pitch to Allison is hit to the pitcher, fields her position, throws the runner out, and that's the first out in the second inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Valerie. And again, we'll tell you that on the lineup sheet that Joel and I were given is only first names. We have first names, numbers, and positions, so we'll do the best we can on this. Valerie, the batter, first pitch to her is swung on and grounded to third. Off the third baseman's glove to the shortstop. She throws to first, and in time! The play will go 5-6-3 for those of you that like to score these games. And so that's out number 2. And the batter will be the leadoff batter, who swings at the first pitch and grounds one to the shortstop, comes up throwing, and a nice grab by the first baseman on the short hop, and that will end the inning. It took 3 pitches, and that's it. We go 3 up, 3 down, and at the end of an inning and a half, it is still 6-4 for the Baby Crushers over the Scissor Me Timbers here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Do you know Spanish? I know enough. Hola, ladies. ¿Qué hacer esta noche?
Pues no sé. We just got here. It's our first time.
Hola. ¿Dónde ir hoy, señoritas?
We don't know. We just got here. It's our first time.
We are about ready to play here on the bottom of the second inning.
Baby Crushers ready to start after going through their entire lineup in the first half of bottom half of the first inning. Scissor Me Timbers scored 4 in the first, but went quietly 3 up, 3 down in the second.
So they have made a pitching change, and 17 is now pitching. Sophie, right? Is that her name? Is that what you have? But this one right here?
Yes, and that's She has been the pitcher all along.
Oh, well, okay. I thought 14, nevertheless. We start here in the second inning. There's a pop-up on the infield, and the pitcher makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Tiffany Laird will bat. Tiffany hit into a fielder's choice in the... No, she singled in her first at-bat and would score the second run of the inning. And the first pitch is a ball. So 17 on the mound for Denver. And that pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike. And here is the 3-1 delivery. Swung on, and there is a fly ball hit out into shallow right field, and it falls in for a single. Tiffany Laird reaches with a single, and that'll bring up Michelle Tezadas, who walked in the first inning and was forced at second base on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch to her is inside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next delivery. Swung on and grounded or hit out into left field, and that ball is in for a hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Tiffany Laird around third. She will score on her way to third as Tezadas. There'll be no play. It's a triple and an RBI. Seven to 4. And here's 33. That's Lynn Cureton. First pitch to Lynn is bounced to the second baseman. Fielded perfectly, but the throw is awful, and it gets all the way to the fence, and so this will allow Tezadas to score. That ball wasn't even close to getting to the first baseman.
No, and you get the feeling that you might be seeing more side effects of the pitching. One of the other things that happens when you're walking a lot of folks is that the defense sort of gets back on their heels because they haven't seen anything in a while, and then sometimes get surprised when it's hit at them. So the glove was good, but the throw, as you say, was well off the mark.
Right here is Colleen. I was about to ask you about that, but you took the question and went with it. So thanks for that. Colleen Larned, the batter, and the first pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Are the fielders affected when the pitching is not as you would want it to be?
I think absolutely, and then it just feeds back, because then if there's errors and you're the pitcher, then you feel like you got to do it all yourself, and you put more stress on yourself to throw better pitches. And
there's a pop-up behind the plate, and the catch is made, and that's out number 2. Out number 2. And the batter will be Rebecca Springer, who drew one of those walks and scored in the first inning. And the first pitch, and then somebody called time or something because the delivery stopped halfway through. I don't know who called whatever, but she stopped her throwing motion. But she's ready now, and that first pitch is illegal. 2-1. Runner at first, 2 outs, 2 runs have scored in this inning. And the next one, she takes the pitch outside for a ball. It's 3-1. The 3-1 delivery. Swung on, and that is a foul. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. The next delivery, he swings and hits a pop-up behind first base. It will fall for a hit. Lynn Cureton all the way will score on a single. She came all the way around to score. All right, here's Lisbeth, the pitcher. Walked and scored in the first inning. The first pitch to her is inside, ball 2. And the next delivery is the strike called. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have had 3 runs scored in this inning. The score is now 9-4 in favor of the Baby Crushers. And there is a swing and a fly ball hit out into right center field. Right center field comes over. Right fielder comes over. The ball gets down between them, and it'll go for a single. And on the play, Springer held third. The ball gets by. Springer will score, and another runner, Lisbeth, to second base. It'll be a single and an error. And we'll bring up Maya Morin. There'll be a courtesy runner. Tiffany Laird will run for Lisbeth. This is a 4-run inning, 6 in the first inning. It's now 10-4 for the Baby Crushers of Santa Ana. And the first pitch is outside to Maya. Next delivery, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Looks like the pitcher, Sophie, has found her zone a little bit better in this inning, and now the problem is that the ball's not even that necessarily a hard hitter, just finding the exact right spot to drop between the infield and the outfield.
And the next pitch, ball 3. Sometimes they look good from here, but that's the view we get from almost directly behind home plate. There is a swing and a bounce foul at the plate. And that's it. The inning is over. That's a foul ball, and the batter already had 2 strikes. So the inning is over, but another good inning for the Baby Crushers. They score 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We go to the top of the third. Our new score is the Baby Crushers 10, Scissor Me Timbers 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And again, if you are enjoying our coverage on the Sin City Classic Facebook or YouTube page, please put something in the comments. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know what player you're watching, and tag some other friends of these players and let them know that they too can look at those websites, Sin City Classic, Facebook and YouTube, and let them watch their friends play some competitive softball.
Batters 2, 3, and 4 will come up here in the top of the third inning. Batters 2, 3, and 4 as the catcher yells back at the pitcher, and that means number 31 will lead off, and this is Emily. Emily struck out in the first inning. She's the leadoff batter here in the third inning, and she takes a ball. Count is 2-1. Ruby and Lauren will follow. The next pitch is illegal. Home plate umpire says, get it higher. Two balls and a strike. Swung on, and there is a fly ball hit out into left field. The ball will carry into foul territory and falls harmlessly, so the batter is out. I believe she's out. Nope, that was just the second strike. 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch, swung on, and this is in foul territory as well. And now, for certain, she is out on the foul strike.
That pitch looked like it was coming in a little high, but have to agree it was worth swinging at. Never know if it's going to drop in time to be a strike.
Ruby, the right center fielder, will bat. King. Swung on and grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. It's a slow roller. She throws to first in time. And here is Lauren. Lauren is the third baseman. And the first pitch is a ball.
Just for you all at home, one of the reasons we're double checking these is most teams number the players 1 through 10 and use that basic nomenclature of the pitcher being 1, catcher 2, and so forth. This team gave us 1, 2, 3 for the bases and then letters for the other bases and other players.
Yes, that pitch is fouled. We just want to get it right.
Yep. So we hope we're getting right what we can for all these folks.
Swing and a grounder to shortstop, cut off by the third baseman. Comes up throwing. The throw is wide. It gets by the first baseman. And so Lauren will reach.
And I will say this for the Scissor Me Timbers, they were, I believe, in the game before this. So they didn't have much time on the turnover to put a lot on their lineup, especially if they changed anything. Whereas the Baby Crushers had a little break after that game we broadcast from 1 to 2.
Okay, here is Sophie, the pitcher. Runner at first and 2 out. The first pitch is illegal. You could go through an entire game and never see one of those, and so far we've had about 7 or 8. The next delivery, swing and a foul ball to the left side, out of play.
Sophie swinging a little early, I think, trying to help herself, get some runs back.
Our score is 10-4. The Baby Crushers of Santa Ana leading the Scissor Me Timbers of Denver. We are at play here in the top of the 3rd inning. Scissor Me Timbers, a visiting team in this game. And the next pitch. Swung on, and there is a line drive into left center field. It falls for a hit. One hops to the left center fielder who gets the ball back in. It'll be runners at first and second, and 2 out. And this will be Monica, the shortstop. Two outs in the inning. The first 2 batters made out. The last 2 batters have reached, one on an error and one on a single. And the first pitch is a ball. And the next delivery is a ball 3, 3-1. And here we come with the 3-1 delivery. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Right center fielder draws the beat on it and makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Nothing's doing for Scissor Me Timbers. They did put 2 on, left them stranded. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Baby Crushers of Santa Ana continue to lead Scissor Me Timbers of Denver 10-4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
All right, and we are about to go into the bottom of the third inning with the Baby Crushers at the plate in the Sin City Classic game. It's a pool play game again between the Baby Crushers and the Scissor Me Timbers.
Alexa Quiros will be the leadoff batter for the Baby Crushers here. In the first inning, she struck out on the foul ball, and she takes the first pitch as illegal. Some umpires, I think, are a little more strict on this. The next one is swung on and hit to the right side. It falls in for a single. And the bottom of the third begins with that leadoff base hit.
The Scissor Me Timbers had a good top of the first and came out kind of hot, but since then it's pretty much been all Baby Crushers.
Tyler Buck will be the batter.
There's a phrase I never thought I'd say.
Tyler Buck walked in the first inning. She is 0 for 0. He eventually would be forced at third base. Here's the next delivery. And there is a swing and a foul ball to the right side and over the fence of the first base dugout. And that's a strike. And the next pitch about to be thrown to Tyler Buck is a little high, but she goes after it and lifts one into right center field. The ball drops for a hit. It'll be first and second and nobody out. Bobby Rodriguez, the batter. Bobby Rodriguez walked in her only other plate appearance in that first inning. And the first pitch is outside. Count is 2-1. The 2-1 swung on, and there is a fly ball lifted out into right field. Oh, the ball hit off the right fielder's face. It'll be bases loaded and nobody out. She got her glove on the ball, but the ball ricocheted off her glove and hit her in the face and then bounced away from her. We're going to score that as a single, and the bases will be loaded for Teresa Crawford. Teresa Crawford hit into a fielder's choice to the third baseman in the first inning. She has the bases loaded for her, and she swings and hits one to the pitcher. Line drive is caught by the pitcher. No other play possible. So it's out on a very hard hit ball, but right to the pitcher, Sophie. So we go back to the top of the order, and Leslie Cardenas, who is batting for the third time in as many innings, she's walked and she has popped to the pitcher. And the first pitch to her is a strike. 1 out, 3 on. And the next pitch is way outside for a ball.
And it looked for a minute there like the pitcher may have had a play on Bobby Rodriguez, who had strayed over off of first on that line drive. But a lot of times in D softball, you don't make extra throws behind runners because you're just as likely to throw it away and lead to another run. So probably just playing a little conservative there.
Here's the next one. That pitch is high, deep. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2 is inside, ball 4, and that's a walk, and that is an RBI. Alexa Quiros will come on to score. It is now 11-4. Tyler Buck to third, Bobby Rodriguez to second, and on at first base is Leslie Cardenas. Tiffany Laird will be the batter, batting for the second time. She has reached twice and has scored twice. And the first pitch is a ball. strike called. 2-2 the count with 3 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 11-4 our score. And that pitch is outside for a ball. Count is full at 3-2.
Chance for the Baby Crushers here to really rip this game open.
Full count pitch about to be thrown. And here it is. Swung on and lined back. The pitcher off her glove. The pitcher falls down. There'll be no play. A run scores. Tyler Buck comes across to score. Rodriguez to third. Hartness to second. And on the infield single, Laird at first. That ball was hit hard. The pitcher got her glove on it, but out of her glove, and then she fell down. That ball was very hard.
Yeah, definitely saved a run or two by keeping that ball on the infield. That was hard hit and probably, definitely, as you say, would have made the outfield, and if it split the outfielders, could have made it out to the wall.
All right, here is Michelle Tezadas, who has walked and hit a triple.
Looks like we're going to have a little chat at the mound, maybe make sure Sophie's okay out there.
Good idea. Umpire has his hand up. I just want to make sure that she's okay. The left fielder came in to check on her, so I'm going to guess that the left fielder is their coach or manager. And the first pitch to Tezaras is a ball. Two and one. Here's the next delivery. That's outside, ball 3. The 3-1. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Pitcher calls for it and makes the catch. There is going to be a new batter, and we don't have that name, so we're just going to have to identify her by her number, which is 25. She is batting for Lynn Kierden. And that pitch is a strike called. A ball and 2 strikes.
And it doesn't really surprise me too much. I mean, I don't know the situation, but you're in pool play, you're up a few runs. It's a good time to try to get some players in who maybe don't get a lot of playing time earlier in the tournament or later when it's do or die in the brackets.
All right, here we go. And that pitch is popped behind the plate and caught by the catcher, and that ends the inning. And I think that I hear the clock or the timer going off, and that's it. The game is over. 2 more runs did score, however, in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Baby Crushers, and so their pool play complete. They have defeated Scissor Me Timbers from Denver, the final score. Baby Crushers of Santa Ana, 12. The Scissor Me Timbers of Denver, 4. We have another game coming up. We don't know who we're going to have here, I believe, but pool play has been completed, so bracket play will be next. So we'll be back as soon as we can, let you know who we've got. We want to thank you for being with us here on the Cloud Sports Network. Again, our final score, the Baby Crushers 12, Scissor Me Timbers 4. And for now, good afternoon. We'll talk to you again as soon as we can.